Welcome to Moments in the Word. I'm James Tyler, your host. And this evening we'll be reading from Jeremiah chapter number 41, verses 1 through 3. Now it came to pass in the seventh month that Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, the son of Elisha Shammah, of the seed royal, and the princes of the king, even 10 men with him, came unto Gedaliah, the son of Ahiakam, to Mizpah, and there did eat bread together in Mizpah. Then arose Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, and the 10 men that were with him, and smote Gedaliah, the son of Ahiakam, the son of Shaphan, with the sword, and slew him whom the king of Babylon had made governor over the land. Ishmael also slew all the Jews that were with him, even with Gedaliah at Mizpah, and the Chaldeans that were found there, and the men of war. Now, when we look at this text here, we see that Ishmael, pretending to be loyal, comes to Gedaliah, sits down to eat with him, and then murders him, along with the Jews and Babylonian soldiers who were with him. It is treachery, betrayal, and violence disguised as friendship. How this points to Jesus, I'm glad you asked. Gedaliah is a picture of Jesus, a righteous appointed leader who is betrayed by someone who pretends to be close to him. Betrayed by someone who sat at the table. Gedaliah welcomed Ishmael to a meal. Ishmael kills him during fellowship. Judas sits at the table with Jesus at the Last Supper. Judas betrays him immediately afterwards. Both betrayals happen in the context of peace, trust, and shared bread. Ishmael is a fellow Jew. Judas is a fellow disciple. The wound comes from the inside, not the outside. Remember that. Ishmael's betrayal triggers the events that pushes the remnant towards God's next stage of judgment and restoration. Judas's betrayal triggers the events that lead to the cross and resurrection. We want you to see this here. God uses even treachery to move his redemptive plan forward. Gedaliah's death shows the failure of human leadership. Jesus' death reveals the perfection of divine leadership. Gedaliah's murder shows human leaders can be deceived. Human systems collapse. Human peace is fragile. Jesus' death shows he willingly lays down his life. His kingdom cannot be overthrown. His peace is unshakable. Now, how this applies to our lives today, God uses even betrayal, disappointment, and hidden enemies to advance his purposes in you and my life. He protects you and me from what we cannot see. You will and I will face Ishmaels, people who smile at us but strike behind our backs. This passage here teaches this. Not everyone who sits at your table is for you. Discernment is essential. Betrayal is part of the believer's journey, but Jesus shows betrayal cannot stop your destiny. God sees what you don't. God turns betrayal into breakthrough. God protects you even when you don't recognize the danger. Gedaliah ignored warnings about Ishmael. You may not see always hidden motives, secret plots, quiet jealousy, spiritual attacks, but Jesus sees every Ishmael, shields you and I from unseen danger, turns every attack into advancement. Betrayal does not cancel God's calling on our lives. Gedaliah's death looked like the end of stability. Jesus' death looked like the end of hope. Your betrayal moments may feel like everything is falling apart. I trust the wrong person. My peace is gone. But God says I'm still in control and I will use this. God calls you and I to guard our table. This passage challenges us to watch who we allow close. Listen to warnings, pray for discernment, protect your peace. Jesus teaches you and I to love your enemies, forgive your betrayers, but still use wisdom in relationships. Now, understand this: God can redeem even the worst relational wounds. If you've been betrayed, lied on, used, abandoned, Jesus understands it deeply and he heals it completely. I'm James Tyler, coming to you live from the Castle Studios, and welcome again to Moments in the Word. God bless.